What is going on, guys? This is Tyzera here again, and today I'm bringing you some 1493 kill confirmed on the map of Village, which is probably one of my favourite maps in Modern Warfare 3, if not my favourite. I'm using the ACR with suppressor and kick proficiency. MP9 silencer is my backup secondary as always. Perk setup is again almost the same as always, scavenger, hardline and dead silence. And my killstreak setup again is almost the same as always, predator missile, attack helicopter and AC-130. Now I use this setup a lot because I just love it. There's just nothing that I dislike about this setup. Although recently, because this game is about 2 weeks old I think, I have substituted Dead Silence for Sitrep Pro. But anyway, there's one thing which I wanted to ask you guys before I got into this commentary, and that is, what do you guys think about the ACR? So me and my friends were talking about this earlier, and one of my friends suggested that the ACR was overpowered. Now, I've always thought of it as a good gun, and possibly the best assault rifle, but I've never really thought about it being overpowered, and I would love to hear what you guys think about this. So in the comment section, feel free to leave a comment telling me what you think about the ACR, because I'm really interested to find out your guys' opinions, because I can't quite make my mind up. I'd probably go with that it's not overpowered, but like I said, I can't really make my mind up, and I want to find out what you guys think about it. So feel free to leave a comment telling me what you guys think about the ACR. Now moving on to the gameplay here, when I play on Village, there are 2 or 3 main areas of the map that I like to hold down and control. And the reason I like to hold down these areas are because that's where there's going to be the most amount of enemies and obviously the most amount of kills. Now obviously it depends on which spawn I get and which routes my enemies take. Now if I get the PMC spawn, which I did at the beginning of this game, then the first route I'll take, if you want to go back to the beginning of this video and watch, I'll go left immediately off the spawn, go through the alcove, turn left slightly, and there are some rocks or a group of rocks which you can kind of take cover behind and almost head glitch behind, and you can look right across to B Bridge. And normally that's where the enemies are going to be, because that's the route that's right in front of them when they spawn. And if there aren't any enemies there, or you've just killed some there, then the next thing you want to do is move left again, and you can sit in a kind of little scrap area under a tiny makeshift hut, and you can look right down that long line of sight, and that's normally where some other enemies will be, if they've not gone across B Bridge, or to the other side through the marketplace. Now, after taking your starting route, where the enemies are kind of depends on where your teammates have pushed up to and whereabouts on the map they are. And obviously I don't know where your teammates are going to be next time you play on Village, so I'm going to give you 2 or 3 areas of the map which you should try and control at all times. And this is kind of what I was talking about earlier. So the first point is broken truck spawn. Now this is a notorious spawn point, and you'll see it in the AC-130 in a minute or a second or two. And what I mean by notorious spawn point is that even if you're really close to it, enemies can spawn there. So broken truck is this corner of the map here, which I just shot that cannon into. And normally me and my teammates will throw a portable radar down there because it is a very weighted spawn point. And what I mean by that is that if the game is going to spawn the enemies somewhere on the map, it is probably going to be broken truck spawn. It has a very high chance of enemies spawning there. So normally we'll drop a portable radar down there to make sure that we know if someone's there or not. But if you don't have portable radars, then you just want to make sure that someone on your team is holding down that area of the map. Whether they're in broken truck to stop them spawning there completely, or they're just near it waiting for anyone who does spawn there. You know, whatever you can do, make sure that you've got that area on lockdown. Now, the second area I'm going to tell you about is the alleyway to the side of the Batcave. And if you don't know, the Batcave is what me and my friends just call the cave part of the map. So if the enemies aren't spawning at broken truck spawn, they're probably going to be spawning up here by this alleyway. Now the best way to hold down this spawn is to sit behind this white truck here, but the only problem is that enemies can just throw random grenades at you. So having blast shield on might be a good idea, and you do also have to watch out for the white truck to make sure that it doesn't explode on you. So normally it's a good idea to explode it before you start sitting behind it. And you also have to watch out for enemies who get up on Camper's Rock, or Camper's Ledge up there as I like to call it. And as long as you look at these 2 areas and make sure that someone's got broken truck, you should be alright. Now the third and final area of the map which I'm going to tell you about is the well, or the A flag side of the map, where that javelin missile just came from a second ago. And it kind of links into the alleyway spawn by the Batcave, because if they do spawn up in that alleyway or in that corner of the map, they can run through the Batcave and come out by the well. But if you're behind the well, and I found that you can kind of head glitch behind it, so you do have good cover, then you should be able to pick them off quite easily. Normally when I'm sitting behind the well waiting for enemies to come through the back cave, there will normally be some stupid teammates who run up the alleyway and flip the spawn, and the enemies will start spawning a broken truck. So then after that you can just readjust yourself accordingly and repeat the process based on wherever the enemies are. Now in a second you're going to notice a bit of a cut in the gameplay, and the reason for that is because for whatever reason in the last 3 minutes of the game I got 7 kills and 1 death. I just couldn't seem to find anyone and it was a bit boring, so I thought I would cut that out and just skip to the end of the game here. So there you go, final score was 49-3. Please like the video if you enjoyed, dislike it if you didn't enjoy, and leave a comment telling me why. If there's anything you want to let me know or ask me, then feel free to leave a comment. I do read and respond to all of them. And apart from that guys, I will see you next time. Peace out.